pause. I'm just going to call her up and see what happens.
Sure.
Hello, everyone. Just a few moments. We're just waiting for Swami Yogaratna to come online.
Can you please ring the bells and ask everyone to join?
Hello, everyone. Swami Yogaratna is here with us.
Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om, how are you?
Very well, Swamiji.
Nice to see you. Are you having sleep problems?
No, Swamiji, not really, but on and off, yes.
So how do you manage to, how do you deal with them?
So on days that I can't sleep, usually I'll try left nostril breathing.
Oh, that's a very good idea.
Or I count from 100 to 1, or I do some chanting.
That's great.
But yeah, but there are, like last night, I didn't sleep a wink till 4 a.m. And that'll happen to me once in 15, 20 days.
Maybe it's something to do with the moon phase.
Yeah, I don't know, Swamiji. I'm not aware of what's affecting my sleep patterns.
And are you practicing Yoga Nidra?
Yes, I am. But not
Because
more than... Sorry, Swamiji.
If you wake up feeling tired, that you didn't sleep a wink, then it's really good to do Yoga Nidra. And that freshens you up.
Before falling off to sleep, practice Yoga Nidra and fall off to sleep, Swamiji.
That also works. But supposing you couldn't sleep all night and in the morning you're feeling tired, at that time, if you practice Yoga Nidra, it'll be really nice. You feel very fresh as the daisy, as they say.
Yes, Swamiji.
How are you, Ankur? Nice to see you. Good evening, Shilpa.
Good evening.
Hari Om, Vineet. Hari Om, Sudipta.
Hari Om. Hari Om, Swamiji.
Hari Om, Nilima. Hari Om, Rebecca. And Manjula. And Rupa. Wow, a lot of people there. Hari Om, Priyanka. And Amanji.
Hari Om, Swamiji. Hari Om, Swamiji.
So I
Mohan.
think Hari Om. Hari Om, Vatsala.
Hari Om, Swamiji. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Murlidhar.
I think you know a lot of people here, Swamiji, today.
I think I can go ahead and start, right?
Yes, yes, you can. Yes.
Good. So thanks everyone for joining us for this session. It's actually a session that a lot of people love to hear a little bit more about, because sleep is such a precious thing to be able to do. And people who suffer from sleeplessness, you know, it can be really trying, especially when you want to sleep and, you know, you just can't manage to work out how to do it. So there's several reasons for why we can't sleep at night. One of them is that we're overstimulated, so they've got a lot of energy within us. And it's good to have a look at your daily routine and habits, because some people, if they eat at night, and then, you know, they get a lot of energy and they can't sleep. So they should leave a gap, say 2.5 hours between eating and sleeping, or a greater gap. Some people skip dinner, and that's also very good for sleeping. But other people are the opposite. They need to have something in their stomach to be able to go to sleep. And so a warm glass of milk with a little bit of nutmeg and turmeric and honey, this is a great thing to calm your stomach down so that you can get to sleep. So these are some of the things that help. And also, if you stimulate your mind before you go to sleep, you know, supposing you're watching a movie or you're reading an interesting book, often that keeps you awake. But for other people, it has the opposite effect, that you read a book and immediately you fall asleep. So you kind of got to experiment with yourself and see what works for you. And there are some techniques which are really good, and we're going to try a few tonight. And one of them is just to do some physical exercise, because either, you know, you've been working all day on the mental field, or you've been doing a lot of mental work the whole day and nothing physical. So there's a kind of an imbalance where the mind is overstimulated and full of ideas, thoughts, and energy, but the body is, you know, stiff and tamasic. So if you do the asanas, it balances the energies. But another thing is, if you've got a lot of kind of repressed energy, you can release it by doing asanas. And we've got 3 really good asanas that stretch the body and release all the tensions. And I'm lucky enough here to have a few people who are going to do it for us so that we can all watch. So please, everyone, stand up. Can you bring your mat over here, please? And can you bring your mat a little closer? So we've got 3 people here who are doing the Yogaratna Teachers Training course. And one of them has already done it last year. We don't need the cushions. And the first asana is called Tarasana, the palm tree pose. So if you stand with your feet together, can you move back a little and closer to Kamaljit? You can move forward a little. Yes, that's perfect. Feet together and interlock your hands and keep them on top of your head. Now, the people who are watching us, it would be really good if you join us, because then you can really feel the benefit of what we're doing. They're very simple asanas, nothing difficult at all. So do try and stand up now, everyone. Don't be lazy. Stand up and feet together. That's good. Now, this is the starting position. So as you breathe in, stretch your arms up, or before you do that, keep your eyes open and fix your eyes on a stationary point in front of you, because that will help you to balance. So breathing in, stretch your arms up and come up onto your toes and give your body a really good stretch. And breathing out, come down. And breathing in, stretch up. Feel your arms stretching, give them a good stretch. And breathing out, come down. Breathing in, stretch up. Focus on your legs, give your legs a good stretch. And breathing out, come down. Breathing in, stretch up, feel your back stretching, give your back a really good stretch. And breathing out, come down. Breathing in, stretch up, feel your stomach stretching. And breathing out, come down. Do a few by yourself now. And feel that you're stretching out all the tensions of the day. Enjoy that stretching feeling in your body. And then bring your hands down, close your eyes, separate your feet a little. And internalize your awareness and just notice how your body feels after stretching with Tadasana, the palm tree pose. It's a really good one for toning up all your muscles and nerves, for stretching out all the tightness and tension from the big muscles of the body. And similarly, the Tiryakatarasana sideways is also really good for stretching the spine and releasing the tensions. So for Tiryakatarasana, separate your feet 2 foot apart and interlock your hands and keep them above your head with your arms straight. This is the starting position. Then take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bend over to your left side, stretching the right body first. Then breathing in, come to the center, and breathing out, go to the other side. Give a good stretch. Breathing in, coming up, and breathing out, going to the other side. Pause, feel the stretch. Very good. And continue by yourself, just enjoying that nice stretch, getting out all the day's tensions and anxieties, and bringing a fresh blood circulation to your brain. Once more on each side. You're also flexing your spine, allowing the blood to circulate between the vertebrae. And now bring your arms down to your sides. Bring your feet together a little. Close your eyes. Relax your body. Internalize your awareness. And explore in your body where you feel the effects. Already you're beginning to feel very loose and easy, and like you might even like to lie down and go to sleep. But let's do one more for twisting, Kati Chakrasana. So separate your feet 2 foot apart and bring your arms up level with your shoulders. This is the starting position. And take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, turn and look behind you and keep one hand on your shoulder and push your shoulder behind and give a good twist. Then breathing in, come to the front, and breathing out, go to the other side. Give a good twist. Then breathing in, come to the front, and breathing out, go to the other side, and continue by yourself, giving your body a really good twist. And then gradually get faster and faster, letting your body be like a rag doll, flipping from side to side, and your arms loose like pieces of rubber. And just feel all the tightness and tension easing and stretching out of your body. Let your arms be loose like pieces of rubber. And when you've had enough, gently slow down and gently stop. And gently turn around. In Shavasana. Now internalize your awareness and just feel how nice your body feels after stretching it in the different ways, stretching out all the day's tensions and tightness. And you can focus on your breathing and watch your breathing come back to normal. You can probably feel all your muscles loose and relaxed. Ready to let go and go to sleep. So if you find that you're very agitated, or you have a lot of energy in the evening, this is a really good way to release that pent-up energy so that you get a good sleep. And another way that's really good is to focus on the breathing. And it lends itself very well after this practice, because once you've given yourself a good stretch, then you can relax and focus on your breathing. And the breathing out is the letting go. So if we focus on breathing out, then it's easy to let go any tightness and tension and anxiety and energy in the mind. So focus on your exhale breath, but don't deepen your breathing. Try and keep your breathing absolutely still. I mean, absolutely relaxed, and just focus on the exhale breath. And exhale breath is letting go. When we breathe in, we make effort to breathe in. But when we breathe out, all we have to do is let go and relax, and automatically the air will escape. So using this, we can let go whatever we want to let go of. And if you want to let go of tensions and agitation, then this is an ideal way to do it. So just focus on your exhale breath and feel that you're letting go more and more with each exhale breath. Letting go tightness, breathing out. Letting go tensions, breathing out. And if you are suffering from sleeplessness and you want to go to sleep now, just feel free to lie down on your bed as you listen to these instructions and close your eyes. And if you want to, switch the light off, and you can still listen to the program with the lights off and with your eyes closed, and just focusing on the exhale breath. And feel that each exhale breath is taking you deeper and deeper. Breathing out, going deeper. Breathing out, sinking into sleepy land. Just letting go as you breathe out. You feel so relaxed after the asanas. You feel so relaxed, focusing on your breath. And the breath is soothing and relaxing your mind. And if you feel that you want to go to sleep, just let go. Letting go into a deep and enjoyable sleep. And when you're doing this by yourself, you just lie down on your bed in Shavasana or a comfortable position and focus on your breath, knowing that you can let go. Just letting go. And if you want to remain asleep, feel free to switch off this program and just let yourself drift off into sleep. But if you're still awake and you want to hear what's coming next, then keep listening. And if you want to sit up for the next meditation practice of review of the day, you could have a big stretch and then hug your knees and either roll over or rock to sitting position. And the next practice, which is really good for getting good sleep, is called review of the day. Sometimes we can't sleep because we have too much physical energy. So the asanas are really good. Sometimes we can't sleep because our mind is agitated. And then focusing on your exhale breath is really good. And another way that we can unwind the mind and empty the mind is by doing review of the day. So usually when we go to sleep at night, we have dreams, and those dreams are a way of processing all the day's happenings. And if we process the day's happenings before we go to sleep, then we get a much better sleep and the mind can actually relax and let go because it doesn't have to process all the things that happen during the day. So in the review of the day, we remember all these things and then we do a few other processes. So now close your eyes, ready for the practice of review of the day. You can either do it sitting up, or you can do it sitting in a chair, or you can lie down again, ready for the review of the day. And once you've got into your comfortable position, sitting or lying down, notice how you feel at this moment before this practice of review of the day. And then once again, focusing on your breath, follow your exhale breath deep into yourself. And when you find that nice, cozy space deep within, remember what you did just before what you're doing now. And that was focusing on the exhale breath. And remember what you did before that, which was doing the asanas. Or perhaps you were watching the screen and listening to my voice. And remember what you did just before tuning in to this Eka meditation program. And remember what you did before that. And keep remembering all the events of the day, one before the other, without judging or analyzing, just simply noting what happened, as if you're watching a video of yourself living through the day, a video being played backwards, or as if you are reliving your day backwards. We're doing review of the day, remembering all the things that happened today, but going backwards in reverse. And keep remembering all the things one before the other, as if you're watching a video of yourself living through the day, or as if you're just reliving. Keep remembering all the things that happened today, one before the other. And if you remember something's out of order, put them in the correct order and continue your review of the day. And be careful that your mind doesn't go off following any of those thoughts. You just keep noticing, noting the things that happened today, one before the other. Better with your eyes closed. Keep remembering all the things that happened today without analyzing, without judging or criticizing. Just trying to remember all the things that happened today. Until you remember the moment when you woke up this morning, when you woke up in your bed. Perhaps you remember the position that you were lying in when you woke up. Or perhaps you remember the first thing that you thought of when you woke up. And then see your whole day in a flash. What kind of flavor was today? What were the main things that happened to you today? And see the things that you did well. And mentally pat yourself on the back for the things that you did well. Acknowledge the things that you did well. Remember some of the things you did well and mentally acknowledge or pat yourself on the back for the things that you did well. And then think of no more than 2 things that you did that maybe you regret or mistakes that you made. And rehearse how you would do those things next time a similar situation comes up. 2 things that maybe you're not so happy with, that you'd like to do a different way next time. So rehearse them again. How would you do them next time? What's the best way of doing them? Perhaps you reacted in a way that you're not happy with. So how would you do them next time? Rehearse in your mind how you do them the next time. And then remember a happy moment. Remember a happy moment that you had today. It could just be a small thing like a cup of tea or a conversation with a friend, and relive that happy moment now. And let that happy, positive energy surge through your whole being, filling you with positive, happy energy. And that positive, happy energy will be in your brain and in your body for the whole night as you sleep, filling you with positive, relaxing energy. Pushing out all the negativity and toxins. Just filling yourself with happiness and joy and positive energy. And with that uplifting feeling, mentally give thanks to the universe. Give thanks to the universe for all the good things in life. Many times we don't acknowledge the good things in our lives. We take them for granted. 2 good legs, a good brain, enough food to eat, good education. All these things we take for granted. Mentally give thanks to the universe, realizing how lucky and blessed we are. Mentally giving thanks to the universe, nurturing an attitude of gratitude. This helps us to be happy, no matter what our situation in life. And then if you're still awake, think of your family and friends and the people and creatures in your life. And mentally send them your appreciation, good wishes, love, and blessings. And notice how that makes you feel. And now, if some of the people on this program have already dropped off to sleep, that's wonderful. But if there are still some people awake and aware and listening, and if you have got some questions, now feel free to ask your questions. And if anyone wants to send something on the chat, feel free to do that. And you can also switch off the program so that you can continue having a good night's sleep. And I hope that you got some useful suggestions and that you do use them. And there are some really good sleep stories, sounds, and of course, Yoga Nidra and meditation on the Eka meditation app, which are really good to help people. So if you've got any questions now, feel free to ask them.
Swamiji.
Yes.
Good evening, Swamiji. I am Kulkarni here, Muralidhar Kulkarni.
Good evening.
Good evening. Namaste. On each this thing, yoga nidra practices, is it necessary to scan all the body parts and
No.
listen to the outside sounds and all?
Well, the thing is, it depends on the individual. If you're able to get to the visualization easily and relax easily, then you don't need to do all the steps. But the steps are designed so that you can unwind your mind and take your mind, switch your mind off the thinking and anxiety and worries and negative thinking. So when you're busy listening to the sounds, your mind is too busy to be thinking. When you're making a mental rotation around the body parts, your mind is fully engaged, no room for thinking. When you're focusing on your breath and counting your breaths, no room for thinking. So in this way, you're deliberately putting your mind on a fully engaging, neutral, relaxing activity so that there's no room for thinking in your mind. But if you can get to that state of relaxation without doing all that, then you can go straight to the visualization. Does that answer your question?
Thank you, Swamiji. That's all.
Yeah.
Thank
the
you
thing
so
is,
much.
you have to do it by yourself. If you're listening to the app, the recording will be there. You have to follow the recording.
Yeah,
so if you learn how to do Yoga Nidra by yourself, you can pick and choose which steps you like and do those ones.
True. Thank you so much, Swamiji.
Hope you're enjoying them.
There's one question on the chat, Swamiji. What is the significance of doing events in the reverse order for review of the day?
Yeah, I really don't know that answer. The only thing is, I found that it's easier to do it in reverse because it's easier to remember what you did just now. And once you get to that memory, it's easier to go and remember the one before that, and before that, and before that. So I've tried it both ways. I've tried remembering starting from the morning and starting from the evening. And generally, I find it easier to go backwards because you kind of one memory leads to the other. But you know, Swami Niranjan, who devised this practice, he says that you can do it both ways. So first of all, you start going backwards, and then you go forwards again. And that really is good because you remember so much more and your mind is really engaged. It's kind of like going deeper into processing the mind's activities.
Okay, there's another question about how to reduce the craving for smoking.
Yeah, there are a few little tips about reducing any unwanted habit. For example, if you are wanting to reduce your smoking, you can count how many smokes you have every day, and then say, okay, if I have 20 smokes a day, I'm going to tomorrow or today, I'll have just 18. And then when you get used to that, just 16. And like this, you keep gradually lessening the amount and acknowledging that you've lessened the amount, feeling good about it. The other thing is that if you smoke in certain situations or with certain people, you should avoid those situations. So for example, supposing you're working in an area where they've got a smoking room or a smoking corner or a smoking balcony or something, and you know that you when you go there you won't be able to control yourself, or you know that you can only smoke in that area. So you can say, okay, just for this morning, I'm not going to go there. I'll allow myself one after lunch, and that's it. So in this way, you can kind of convince yourself not to smoke. The other thing to do is to change your habit. So every time you want to have a smoke, instead of having a smoke, you have a glass of water. And water is really good because you're doing something with your hands, you're putting something in your mouth. And when you drink the water, it's a little satisfying. You're taking something in, and the water purifies your body. So that also helps you to change your habit from an unwanted habit to a wanted habit. And then, there are all these little tricks like nicotine patches and, fake smoking and all that. I haven't tried them out. I don't know if they work. But another thing that you can do is you can just sit and close your eyes and imagine that you are smoking a cigarette. We were talking about this early today, about the fact that you can do anything in the Yoga Nidra. So supposing you're craving for a cigarette, you see, when you're actually smoking the cigarette, the smoke is going into your body, but the effect of the smoking and the satisfaction is recorded in your mind. You're actually, everything that you're experiencing in life, you're actually experiencing in your mind. So if you can create that experience without the actual, the act, then you get the full satisfaction without actually doing it. So what you do is just close your eyes and you imagine that you are smoking a cigarette. And remember each and every detail and that sense of satisfaction that you're having with drawing in that smoke or whatever it is, that satisfaction. And then focus more on that satisfaction feeling. And then you'll be able to get what you're getting from smoking without actually smoking. I remember once we had someone in the ashram who wanted to give up smoking. And I said, what is it that you really like about smoking? She said, I like leaving the environment and going out and being by myself and just having a bit of fresh air. And I said, well, why don't you try doing that without the cigarette? And she did. And she loved it. So sometimes they're kind of tricks that you can do to help you give up. And of course, one of the main things is to find out what is the deeper reason why you're smoking. Are you smoking because it's your tensed up? Or are you smoking because you got addicted and you want to improve your willpower? And Yoga Nidra and Sankalpa are really good for this. So I hope those little tips are going to help you.
And Swamiji, another question. Can you give a few alternate practices, like if someone is not able to do TTK, the asana practice that you showed us, what are some of the alternate things that you can do to relieve tension from the body and alternate breathwork practices, etc.?
Yeah. Well, anything that's physical will really help you. You know, even having a shower before you go to sleep helps, because you're washing off all the tension and negative energy, and you kind of feel clean and squeaky, and you kind of, you know, feel like you can curl up in your bed and go to sleep. So anything physical, it could be lying on your bed and cycling your legs, and just cycling your legs until you feel tired and exhausted, and deep breathing through your nose. And then, you know, you kind of expended all your energy and you relax. Or it could be doing Naukasana, the boat pose, where you're lying in your bed and you raise your arms, legs, shoulders, and balance on your hips. You raise everything up about 5 inches, 6 inches. And yeah, someone wants to demonstrate, so I'll just show you the Naukasana boat pose. No. Lie down, lie down. It's just 2 inches off the floor. Yes, that's it. Keep your hands on top like this. That's it. So this is Naukasana, and you're tensing every muscle in your body, and then relax, relax. And when you relax, you take a few deep, easy breaths and just let go as you breathe out. So this is also really good tensing and relaxing asanas that you can do before you go to sleep. Having a walk is really good. There's a thing that I discovered recently called infinity walk, where you walk in infinity shape or a figure of 8. And you can even do it in a small room. And that also is really good for expending the excess energy. The breathing. If you count your breaths backwards, this is an excellent way of relaxing and engaging your mind so that you can go to sleep. Someone was saying, I asked them, what do they do to sleep? And they were saying that they count their breaths backwards 100 to 0. That would really take a long time. So counting your breaths is a great way of completely taking your mind off your tensions and worries, and filling it with something that's emotionally neutral. Yeah, and another thing about what you can do is you can remember a time as you're lying in the bed. You can remember a time where you were feeling sleepy and you had a good sleep. You can remember the place, the room, the situation, what activities you did, and then you remember that nice feeling of going to sleep and that you slept so well. And if you keep remembering that, it kind of puts you in the mood for sleeping. That's also a good way.
Okay, thank you, Swamiji. There are no other questions and we're out of time, but if anyone has any last minute questions, they can ask. Otherwise, we can close the session, I think.
I have. Swamiji, namaste. I'm Kulkarni here again. How to avoid negative thinking? See, negative
Yeah. See, the first thing is to recognize that you're thinking negatively. Many times we get caught up in our negative thoughts and we don't even realize it. But the first thing is to recognize that you're thinking negatively. And then as soon as you realize you're thinking negatively, this is an ancient yogic practice called Pratipaksha Bhavana. What you do is you think of the opposite. So supposing you're thinking, oh, I'd better be careful, I'm going to have an accident. Then you can turn that thought over and say, no, I'm not going to have an accident. I've been doing, moving around, driving or whatever it is, however you travel for all these years, and I never had one. Why am I going to have one now? I'm not going to have an accident. So like this, you can train yourself. Or perhaps you're thinking, okay, I'm going to see a client and they're going to say no. So you say, look, I've seen so many clients, and I say they're always happy with me. I'm doing my best. So of course they're going to say yes. So you have to kind of turn your mind over to think of the opposite thought. Another thing is to have a sankalpa. A sankalpa is a resolve or a positive intention, a little bit like an affirmation. And you keep repeating that positive intention, and it kind of like drowns out the negative thought and fills your mind with that positive thought. That's also a really good yogic technique to train your mind to go on the positive thought path. Another thing is, if you find that you're having a lot of negative thoughts, stop watching the news. A lot of people, watch the news or read the papers or whatever, and it's full of bad news because bad news sells well. And that creates a lot of tension and anxiety. You just look at the COVID thing, for example. You hear that everyone's in a panic and everyone is, in the grip of fear. And actually nothing's happening. It's just all the media that's hyping it all up so that they can make money and sensationalism. But just block it off. You know that you and your local people you're mixing with are fine, and you're being careful in your life. Anyone who manages to be here now tonight, is at least better off than most others. So just remember that you are lucky, and we are really blessed. And so just stop watching the news, and that will really help. If you have to see the news for your business or your work, just limit it to that topic and don't go into the other things. That'll save you a lot of thinking.
Thank you very much.
So I hope you had a good time. I did.
Thank you, Swamiji. We can end the session.
Thank you, Sudita. Thank you, Priya.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. And hope to see you on the app.
Thank you, Shilpa.
You can also send us feedback as well.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rupa. Thank you, Shilpa. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. Namaste.
Have a good sleep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vidhi.
Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you, Dagendra.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
Hari